Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and the beautiful spoilers. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. This is the thing the intense and the wonderful star Heather Tom cherishes about her work. The strong and the delightful spoilers say that Heather Tom sure has motivation to commend this month. It's her 15th commemoration on the cleanser. This is the very thing the striking and the delightful star Heather Tom adores about her work. Addressing Drama Review in another meeting, Heather, who plays Katie Logan on the hit CBS Cleanser, says she recalls her initial experience on the set like it was simply yesterday. According to she, I had my most memorable scenes with Catherine Kelly Lang, and I recollect that I had a closet fitting with Birgit Mill operator, the outfit fashioner at the equivalent, and she said, "Katie isn't truly stylish," and I was like, "We will change that." Heather proceeded, "Katie came on a lot of living in her older sibling's shadow, and it was ideal to play with that perspective and have her track down her own style and her own look. I additionally love the delightful way they continuously get new characters getting through the front entryway, as that is what I did. I strolled through the front entryway, and was like, hello, I'm back from San Francisco." Heather likewise said that Katie sure has made a ton of shifts over the direction of the most recent 15 years. She made sense of, I truly value that she hasn't been stuck in one spot. Throughout the long term, Katie has had a variety of things happen that have influenced her perspective and how she moves toward issues and connections. At her center, she has similar qualities, and there will continuously be that piece of her that feels like she's in her sister's shadow, however she has certainly made her mark. All things considered, congrats to Heather on her 15 years on the strong and the wonderful. We can hardly hold on to figure out what the future holds for Katie Logan in the next few long stretches of time ahead, as we probably are aware there's continuously going to be a show in her life, right, of some sort or another. Much thanks to you for being a peruser of Cleanser spoiler. What is your take of this story? Get in contact with us with your viewpoints in our remarks segment underneath. Additionally, return here as need might arise to be familiar with your number one famous people and individuals from the English illustrious family. On the off chance that weren't sufficient, we've additionally got spoilers from the strong and the lovely, the youthful and the fretful, General Clinic and Days of Our Lives. Heather thought about affectionately her most memorable days on set, where she worked with series staples like Catherine Kelly Lang, Brooke Logan, and the show's outfit group. Katie, who at first lived in the shadow of her more seasoned sister, has developed into a person with her own style, character, and voice. Heather's own touch, beginning with her contribution on Katie's Closet, helped shape this advancement. Katie's change throughout the years reverberates with fans since it reflects genuine development. Heather noticed that while Katie remains established in her basic beliefs, her encounters, heartfelt, proficient, and familial, have reshaped her perspective. This powerful circular segment has kept the person convincing and multi-layered. One perspective Heather especially appreciates is the show's capacity to present new characters and circumstances, keeping the storyline new. She shared that it was so invigorating to step into Katie's perspective after her get back from San Francisco, denoting her renewed introduction with a striking entry through the notorious Forrester front entryway. Katie's process has likewise included wrestling with profound individual difficulties and wins, from her well-being battles to exploring confounded associations with her family and old flames. For Heather, depicting such a layered person has been a remunerating experience. Devotees of the strong and the wonderful can anticipate more show in Katie's life, as Heather alluded to impending exciting bends in the road. Whether it's reviving connections, handling new difficulties, or going to bat for herself in the mind-boggling Logan Forrester dynamic, Katie stays an imperative piece of the show's entire being. Heather's devotion and her capacity to carry credibility to Katie Logan have made her a persevering through number one among watchers. Her achievement commemoration features her singular accomplishment as well as her basic job in forming the account of the striking and the delightful. Fans can hardly stand by to see what the following section holds for Katie, and for Heather. Congrats to Heather Tom on her 15 years of unimaginable narrating. What are your number one Katie Logan minutes? Share your contemplations and remain tuned for all the show, wins, and shocks ahead on the intense and the wonderful. Heather started by thinking back about her initial experience on set, reviewing how she ventured into Katie's perspective as a person eclipsed by her more seasoned sister, Brooke Logan. Heather cherished the test of forming Katie's character, both outwardly and inwardly. One of the main changes Heather effected was Katie's closet. At that point, Katie's style mirrored her calm, downplayed character. Heather, in any case, imagined a more sure, popular Katie and worked with the ensemble office to rejuvenate that change. This little yet significant change represented Katie getting out of her sister's shadow and tracking down her own voice. Throughout the long term, Katie has gone through various individual and expert changes that have developed her personality. Heather offered thanks for how the essayists have permitted Katie to develop, giving her a rich, diverse story. While Katie's guiding principles stay in one piece, her encounters have reshaped her point of view on connections, family, and her own self-esteem. Heather tracks down euphoria in the assortment and profundity of her job. She values the chances to investigate Katie's intricacies, from her battles with medical problems to her victories in adoration and business. Heather additionally featured how the show continually gets new characters and circumstances, keeping the accounts dynamic and energizing. One of Heather's #1 parts of the gig is working with a skilled cast and team who feel like family. The bonds shaped over the course of the years have made her experience on the show significantly seriously satisfying. As Katie, Heather has handled a portion of the show's most convincing storylines, from exploring convoluted circles of drama to standing up for herself inside the strong Forrester-Logan relational intricacy. Fans have watched Katie develop from a bashful, uncertain lady into a sure, strong power. Heather's depiction of Katie has acquired her basic praise and various honors, including different Daytime Emmy grants. Her devotion to the job and her capacity to carry realness to Katie's battles and wins have made her an essential piece of the show's prosperity. Heather prodded that there's a lot of show ahead for Katie, promising new difficulties and turns that will keep fans as eager and anxious as ever. Whether it's exploring her relationship with Bill Spencer, going to bat for herself in family questions, or outlining another way completely, Katie's story stays as convincing as could be expected. Heather Tom's 15 years on The Striking and the Delightful is a demonstration of her ability, enthusiasm, and capacity to interface with crowds. As Katie Logan, she has conveyed endless vital minutes that have resounded profoundly with fans. Her process is a brilliant illustration of how dramas can make characters that are both interesting and rousing. Congrats to Heather Tom on this unbelievable achievement. Fans can hardly hold on to see what lies ahead for Katie Logan in the long stretches of time to come. What are your #1 Katie minutes throughout the long term? The Striking and the Wonderful star Jacqueline MacInnes Wood, who is most popular for her job as Steffi Forrester on the hit CBS Cleanser, got serious about working with a portion of her top picks on the Cleanser. Continue perusing underneath for all that you want to be aware. Jacqueline MacInnes Wood drills down into working for certain of her top choices. Addressing drama condensation in another meeting, Jacqueline said that she's had only an extraordinary time working with entertainer Rebecca, who is the new Taylor Hayes on the show, has been completely an extraordinary encounter. She put it along these lines: Rebecca is astonishing. Such a powerful entertainer. She carries her beginning and end to the job, and she's an astonishing screen accomplice. She's extremely giving expertly, and our work dynamic is 100% in a state of harmony. And keeping in mind that everybody realizes that Forrester and Trust Logan will constantly be a definitive foes, JMW says she likewise cherishes working with her co-star Annika Noel in the background. She said, "It is such a lot of tomfoolery working with Annika. I'm generally cheerful when we'll support herself and toss down at Trust. Annika is perfect. We've been doing this for such a long time, we both get submerged in character and only take the plunge." Jacqueline likewise said that she enjoys the way that the show continues to place her personality into a tight spot that no other person would somehow anticipate. She said, "It's great when is in typical chief, mother, and spouse mode, which is absolutely conceivable, in actuality. However, I'm dependably thankful to Brad Ringer when he composes solid with a reason. In a tight spot. Well, without a doubt it will get more serious, more breathtaking, and the turns will blow, and ideally the crowd, away. It's implied that the striking and the delightful fans are just must tune in every single day to figure out what will occur straight away. Watch this space. The Strong and the Wonderful airs non-weekend days on the CBS organization. Really take a look at your nearby postings for times. Likewise, return here for all the most recent news and spoilers on your #1 daytime TV programs including General Clinic, Days of Our Lives, The Youthful and the Fretful and the Strong and the Wonderful. Jacqueline commended Rebecca, who as of late assumed the job of Taylor Hayes, portraying her as an extraordinary ability and a delight to work with. Rebecca is astounding. She's a particularly unique entertainer and carries her everything to the job, Jacqueline said. She added that their on-screen science mirrors their genuine kinship, making their scenes considerably more effective. She's exceptionally giving expertly, and our work dynamic is 100% in a state of harmony, Jacqueline shared, taking note of how Rebecca has carried new energy to the personality of Taylor. The Forrester and Trust Logan competition has been a foundation of the intense and the lovely, and Jacqueline recognized the amount she appreciates depicting this well-established fight. She communicated her appreciation for Annika Noel, who plays Trust Logan, saying, "It's such a lot of tomfoolery working with Annika. I'm dependably cheerful when will defend herself and toss down at Trust." Their on-screen fights are the consequence of long stretches of shared insight, with Jacqueline taking note of, "We've been doing this for such a long time, we both get drenched in character and only let it all out." Their dynamic exhibitions have kept watchers drawn in, as the two entertainers carry profundity and power to each a showdown. Jacqueline additionally thought about advancement throughout the long term, offering thanks for the scope of situations and difficulties the scholars have created for her personality. She made sense of the amount she appreciates assuming complex parts as a president, a dedicated mother, and a caring spouse. "It's great when Steffi is in ordinary president, mother, and spouse mode, which is absolutely conceivable, in actuality," she said. In any case, Jacqueline is particularly attracted to the snapshots of extreme emotion and startling turns. "I'm generally thankful to Brad Chime when he composes solid, intentional issues for Steffi," she expressed, alluding to additional emotional advancements to come. Well, without a doubt it will get more serious, more fantastic, and the turns will blow everybody, ideally the crowd, away. Jacqueline's depiction of Steffi Forrester has helped make the striking and the delightful must-sit in front of the TV for daytime fans. With solid exhibitions, holding storylines, and startling turns of events, the show keeps on conveying dramatization and interest. Jacqueline's energy for her personality and her co-stars features the cooperative soul in the background, which converts into the convincing narrating fans love. As the dramatization unfurls, watchers can anticipate more serious confrontations, close-to-home minutes, and stunning turns including Steffi and the remainder of the Forrester faction. The Striking and the Wonderful airs workdays on CBS. Fans won't have any desire to miss a moment as Steffi, Trust, and the other characters explore the consistently violent waters of adoration, family, and desire. Remain tuned for the most recent reports on your #1 daytime show, and remember to inquire for selective spoilers, news, and meetings with the stars of The Striking and the Delightful. Jacqueline had only applause for Rebecca, the entertainer venturing into the notorious job of Taylor Hayes. She referred to working with Rebecca as a delight, underlining the profundity and energy her co-star brings to the person. "Rebecca is astonishing. Such a powerful entertainer. She carries her beginning and end to the job," Jacqueline said, adding that their expert dynamic is % in a state of harmony. She credited Rebecca for being a giving and cooperative screen accomplice, improving their on-screen science and lifting the narrating. Jacqueline likewise addressed the blazing competition among Steffi and Trust Logan, a focal subject in the show's theatrics. She communicated her profound respect for Annika Noel, who plays Trust, noticing the pleasant they have rejuvenating the well-established quarrel. "It is such a lot of tomfoolery working with Annika. I'm generally blissful when we'll go to bat for herself and toss down at Trust," Jacqueline shared. She uncovered that the two entertainers jump profound into their characters during extreme scenes, making minutes that charm fans. Jacqueline featured the diverse idea of character and how thankful she is for the range of storylines Brad Chime and the composing group give. It's brilliant when is in ordinary president, mother, and spouse mode, which is absolutely conceivable, in actuality, Jacqueline said. Nonetheless, she conceded to having a weakness for the high-stakes show, frequently thinks of herself as in. I'm consistently thankful when Brad areas of strength for composes with a reason, she said, implying that impending episodes will be loaded up with startling turns and serious turns of events. As the show heightens on the strong and the delightful, Forrester will wind up in more stunning circumstances that push her personality higher than ever. Jacqueline prodded that the impending turns will leave both the characters and watchers shocked. The strong and the lovely airs work days on CBS, conveying everyday portions of show, sentiment, and interest. Fans can anticipate more remarkable minutes highlighting trust and the remainder of the Forrester family as the stakes keep on rising. Remain tuned for additional updates, spoilers, and elite experiences from your #1 stars on daytime television's most enthralling series.